Hi everyone, Jess here, and today I'm joined with Thomas Hoff Andersson. Thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure being here.
So earlier this year you launched a biometric service for passengers after a successful 2-week trial phase. What has been the feedback you've got around this, and has there been much appetite for it, or are there any key takeaways or lessons learned?
Yes, so the current version we have of our biometric product is actually the second generation. We had a POC running for a year, and I think one of the important takeaways for us was a cool technology doesn't seem to be enough to change passenger behavior. So we kind of went back to the drawing board to say, what can we do instead? And we came to the conclusion there needs to be some really tangible benefits for the passengers in order for them to change their behavior, potentially even download another app. And so far it's working really, really nice, I think. Very positive feedback, and what we have done in order to make this tangible benefit for the passengers is we have linked it to another one of the products we launched 2 years back, which is our virtual queuing product for security. So now actually when you book your virtual queuing, if you do it by combining it with a biometric solution, you get a longer window. So that is kind of the tangible benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really interesting way of navigating that problem, because that's something we hear about a lot. You can come up with all these creative solutions, but the last thing people want is to download another app. So you have to give this sort of immediate gratification.
Yeah, I mean, we created this carrot for the passengers, and it's more flexibility, because in the end, when you're coming to the airport, there can be a queue on the highway, you can have delays on the train, but just to have this extended window of opportunity or freedom of when you want to show up at the airport, I think that's a great benefit. Normally the window is 30 minutes. Now we have a 2 hours window, which basically give the passengers more or less full flexibility.
That's really great to hear. And of course, you were one of the first airports in the whole world to introduce this advanced AI-based digital turnaround system. Can you share some either tangible statistics or qualitative things on how this has transformed airport operations?
Yeah, this has been a major success for us. First of all, actually, last year in the World Aviation Festival in Lisbon, we announced a partnership with Azaya at this conference itself, and only 6 months after that, we went live in operations. So I think our project team has done a magnificent job. We took a decision pretty early on that we didn't want to go for another POC and then wait a year to see what happens. Actually, we said, let's go for a full-scale implementation. We were the first airport in Europe to do so. First 8 stands in operations in March. Now we have 33 stands, and we are aiming to get the final until we reach our goal, which is 49 stands in operation. In a couple of months, we will be there. So tangible results you asked for. I heard last year in this conference in Lisbon that Paul Griffiths of Dubai, he said, innovation comes out of pain. And I think for us it's very, very true. We had a massive issue with baggage delivery times at our airport. Unfortunately, not so seldom passengers had to wait more than an hour, sometimes 2-3 hours for the baggage after arriving. And like I've said many times, you cannot really explain to any passenger in a good way. You fly 2 hours from Ibiza to Berlin. That takes 2 hours, and then you wait 2-3 hours for your baggage. It's a very difficult sell. So we said, okay, what can we do? Let's work with technology. We implemented our AI solution. We made it available for all the stakeholders at the airport, meaning that in our airport control center, the ground handling companies, the airport operator, but now also soon the ATC will get this full visible situational awareness of how it's going on the ground. It's an alarm-based system, meaning that it captures 22 events during a turnaround. Bridge connected, baggage offloading started, toilet wagon, cargo door open, everything it captures, starting point, time, and an end point. So it gives us 44 timestamps based on certain more important events. We have triggered alarms. So not only have we introduced the digital solution, but we have also employed and set up our own resilience team, meaning that if we get alarms that no bridge is connected, I think it's after 7 minutes. If no baggage offloading is starting 25 minutes after block, then our process manager in the airport control center activates our own airport managed and operated resilience team to get the passengers or the bags out. So to share some numbers, last year in September 23, we had roughly 80% of the arrivals, which is approximately 8,000. We have 80% of those arrivals where the first bag was delivered within 30 minutes. 95 we managed within 60 minutes, and 5%, which is roughly 400 arrivals, passengers had to wait more than an hour, sometimes up to 2 or 3 hours for baggage. Very embarrassing and not a good passenger experience. This year, with the combination of our resilience team, with the combination of AI implemented on most stands, we now have 95% of all arrivals first bag within 30 minutes, 99.82% within 60 minutes, and only 15 arrivals the passengers had to wait more than 1 hour, or the time from aircraft to baggage arrival belt was more than 1 hour. And actually those 15 would be on stands where we yet do not have the digital turnaround activated. So excellent results. Final KPI, last year 23% of all of our delayed generated minutes at Berlin Airport was due to ground handling. This year it's 8%. So wow. A massive improvement. So we're really happy.
Yeah, and understandably so, and it's great to see technology be the catalyst of that dramatic improvement. So of course your airport has consistently proved itself as an innovator and like an early adopter. But what's next in terms of new tech and exciting initiatives?
Yeah, so I think last year was a proud year for us. We were selected as the most innovative airport in the world, which is obviously nice. It's a nice recognition. So this year for us, it's basically I would highlight 3 things. It's getting the full implementation of the digital turnaround, all of the stands, and then see what we can do with that. I think it gives us new opportunities to also improve the passenger experience, for instance, in the gates. You can display to the passengers in each individual gate what is the progress of that specific flight, meaning that we can actually tailor relevant information in the moment to the passengers. I think that's really exciting. We can do that also for arriving passengers in terms of, has offloading of my bags started? We can display that already in the baggage hall. I think that's kind of interesting next development phases for the digital turnaround. The second thing, which we're working on at the moment very aggressively, is upgrading our security technology from the old ATIX machines to computed tomography. We have 2 terminals in Berlin Airport. The second terminal, our Terminal 2, which is kind of our low-cost terminal, already fully equipped with CTIX, and we're starting now in beginning of November to rebuild our whole entire South Pavilion. Then we're going to move on to the North Pavilion, meaning that in 1 year we would have gone from 0 computed tomography lanes to 24, and then hopefully during 26 we will be a full CTIX airport. That's a massive investment, not only in terms of CapEx of course, but also investment in the passenger experience at Berlin Airport. So that's really exciting for us. And then I think the latest thing we're working on now is making a serious attempt to replace old school customer service where you call in, you get a person, to replace the person with a complete full AI generated conversation. So that's really interesting, and that's something we hope to have up and running in, let's say, February 25. So we continue this very explorative journey to see what kind of innovation we can bring to the passengers of Berlin Airport.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to hearing what tangible change that brings in the years to come as well. Thank you so much for sharing your insights today.
All right, have an excellent day.